Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
Music and art, a must watch.
President Buhari extends a hand of fellowship to Bauchi people. Governor Abubakar talks about hope for another day for receiving a worthy leader. Plus, NNPC and NTA go comrades in arms for protecting national legacies. Thanks for joining us on NTA Network News, reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I am Ronke Kolawole. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed formal apology to the government and people of Bauchi State for inability to visit the state and inaugurate some projects as scheduled, describing it as highly regrettable. In a televised message, the president attributed the last-minute cancellation of his planned visit to poor visibility as a result of prevailing weather conditions in parts of the country.
My dear people of Bauchi, today, 29th day of December 2016, I have to reschedule the visit.
When I first got the information, I was, for 1 second, I was taken aback. But I quickly checked myself, realizing the fact that always man proposes, it is the Almighty that disposes.
So you are not disappointed?
I am not disappointed at all. Inshallah, by the time we fix another date for Mr. President, he will be able to commission more projects than what we have. My message for the people of Bauchi State is to thank them most profusely for answering our call to come out in droves and welcome our dear President. They have done that 2 times, and I am certain if we call them out to do it a 3rd time, they will still come out because of their love for Mr. President, their love for Nigeria, and their love for their dear state.
President Muhammadu Buhari, in an audio message, apologized to the people of the state in local language. Adebola, Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
The Minister of Interior, Lieutenant General Abdurrahman Dambazo, has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari, the armed forces and Nigerians on the defeat of insurgents with the clearing of Sambisa Forest. The details.
A statement signed by the press secretary to the minister described the recapturing of Camp Zero, a Boko Haram strong enclave by the Nigerian armed forces, as a final blow in dismantling their stronghold and control structures of the insurgents. This, he said, is an attestation to President Buhari's resilience and commitment to delivery on the promise he made to defeat the terrorist group, which has claimed innocent lives and impeded the nation's growth. The minister says he is optimistic that Nigerians will see the delivery of more promises in the coming years. Similarly, the minister commended the performance of all security agencies during the Christmas celebration and tasked them to redouble their efforts in the coming year. He also called on citizens to be on the watch against persons with criminal intentions.
In the meantime, the Nigerian army says it is subjecting a purported video clip released by Boko Haram terrorist group to further forensic analysis in view of the spurious claims emanating from it. The Nigerian army reiterated that it has captured and occupied the last known stronghold of the terrorist group in Sambisa Forest. A statement by the army spokesman, Brigadier General Sani Usman Kukasheka, reassured the public that the video is nothing but mere terrorist propaganda aimed at creating fear in the minds of people and to remain relevant. Consequently, the public is enjoined to go about their normal lawful business, remain vigilant and security conscious. Troops deployed to the southern part of Kaduna ravaged by reprisal killings have intercepted some men in possession of guns and live ammunition around the Kogoma chiefdom in Jema'a local government area. Ahmad Muhammad Usman reports that the DIG operations Abila Joshak paraded the suspects at the Operation Harmony headquarters in Kafanchan.
Kafanchan town that used to be bubbling because of heavy commercial and social activities is looking ghostly owing to the 24-hour curfew now in place. It followed reprisal killings that nearly led to total breakdown of law and order in Kafanchan and surrounding local governments. The arrest of the suspect, 17 in number, was seen by many as a good development that will lead to unraveling motives behind the incessant killings and sources of the weapons being used by the perpetrators. The DIG operations speak on the development.
I am going to ensure that traditional rulers, I'm going to ensure that chairman and other government officials at the local level, I'm also going to ask that representative of this general area, Jama'a local government, wherever they are, they should come over and come up with intelligence that we will use to be able to get to this. But we're not going to live here until there's peace. We're not going to leave any stone unturned. I urge those of you that want to politicize this operation, never again.
The operation tagged Operation Harmony is meant to restore lasting peace in Kafanchan and its environs.
This is the fifth time Kafanchan is facing this kind of crisis that led to the death of thousands of people and property worth millions of naira destroyed. From Kafanchan in Jama'a local government, Ahmad Muhammad Usman, NTA News.
And bringing you some other reports now, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says the federal government is being guided by a well-articulated strategy in its fight against corruption in the country.
In a statement by the Special Assistant to the Minister, Shegun Adeyemi, the strategy has led to the recovery of 40 brand new SUVs and other vehicles from former Permanent Secretary Strict Enforcement of the Treasury Singles account, which has reduced the diversion of government funds, constant fishing out of ghost workers in public service, and strengthening the anti-corruption fight, which includes the establishment of the Presidential Committee on Asset Recovery and the Asset Tracing Committee, the setting up of Asset Register and the Whistleblower Policy. The minister said the government is working through the Code of Conduct Bureau to commence a trial of electronic asset declaration in 2017 to facilitate compliance and also search and retrieve data on the assets of public officers. This, the minister say, among the many measures perfected by the federal government to take preventive measures to make corruption unattractive.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has given the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA, a pass mark for its transparent, in-depth analysis and coverage of activities in the nation's oil and gas industry. At an interactive session with the NTA management in Abuja, the NNPC Group Managing Director, Dr. Mikanti Baru, solicited collaboration in advocating the protection of installations for maximum benefit of the resources despite the difficult operating environment. Energy correspondent Hawa Salihu Adama completes the reports.
For the first time in several years, Nigerians are marking the end of year Yuletide in an atmosphere of free flow of petroleum products across the country. Despite a 40 billion barrels oil reserve target, 37 billion barrels was recorded in 2016, with the formal exit of the federal government joint venture partnership cash call regime in the last quarter of the year expected to boost investments in the industry. These are only a few of the achievements recorded by the NNPC in 2016, which the group managing director lauded the NTA for projecting to the people. However, the hydro-headed pipeline vandalism and the social responsibility of host communities towards national assets top the list of bigger challenges the NNPC says it needs the NTA to help it surmount.
We also appreciate what you've been doing in terms of covering our effort to be as transparent and as open as possible. More campaigns need to be made to bring to the attention of those who are involved with pipeline vandalism to understand that it has several facets. The immediate is loss of production and cost of repairing these facilities. But the long-term effect is even worse. Environmental degradation.
The NTA Director General, with the full compliments of the management team, described the NNPC as a strategic partner, urging it to take advantage of its over 108 stations and bouquet of news and current affairs programs to get closer to the people.
We are very strategically placed, for the NNPC to use us as a vehicle, to propagate its policies, to explain certain issues about its operations, nationwide. Because the oil sector is a very important sector, not only for Nigeria, but the world at large. And Nigeria is a very significant player.
Grey areas regarding refinery performance, domestication of gas utilization and availability of aviation fuel were also clarified by the NNPC boss, with a promise for a better deal for Nigerians in 2017. In Abuja, I'm Hawa Salihu Adama, NTA News.
As the 2016 Christian pilgrimage to the Holy Land of Israel winds down, the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission says it will approach the National Assembly for a law to provide stringent penalties for those who abscond during the exercise. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tor Uja, said this while reviewing the exercise. Makut Simon Macham reports from Jerusalem.
Thousands of Nigerian Christians perform the pilgrimage to Israel, Rome and Greece annually. This year, many made the trip to Israel, where they visited spiritual sites across the country and prayed for themselves and Nigeria. Speaking on the 2016 exercise, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, Tor Uja, said though the exercise went pretty well, reports of some abscondments which are being appraised are worrisome.
We find it very successful. Each of the times we had pilgrims all over, and we think it's nice. We also exposed a good percentage of our pilgrims to Israeli agricultural expertise.
He said henceforth, tough measures will be taken.
Both NCPC and the government of Nigeria is highly against abscondment. We will never support abscondment.
Meanwhile, some of the pilgrims and tour operators have also been given their verdict on the exercise.
So we talk to them in their language and we make sure that they feel we are part of them.
We are not coming here for play. We are not coming here to look you come here to contact the covenant.
So praying for Nigeria from the Holy Land here, we strongly believe that the God who has kept us together as one nation since independence, that same God will keep us as one nation, we will not be divided.
As Nigerian pilgrims return from the pilgrimage to the whole land of Israel, it is expected that whatever they have done here will reflect in their lifestyle. Nigerians also expect that the prayers they have offered for the nation will come to pass. From Jerusalem in Israel, Makut Simon Macham, NTA News.
Thank you, Makut. You can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. Abia gets a new speaker in the legislature after the break.
Today's captains of industry are using Glow 4G LTE to take their business to the next level.
Jen, I know you're the experts and all, but I'll move this thing up. Strike while the iron is hot. Why wait?
Yes, sir. If you look at the current budget...
Gentlemen, please, let's wrap this up. I have another very very important meeting. Please leave me.
Because even the big boss has to answer to someone.
Hello, Daddy.
Okay, baby. A very long time ago, there lived a great king.
Introducing Glow 4G LTE for business and homes. Enjoy faster speeds at best prices nationwide, available to all customers.
And the princess said,
Welcome to the new speed of life.
Whenever pain occurs, you want quick relief. Try new Nurofen Express. It goes to the source of pain and gets to work in under 15 minutes. That's why Nurofen Express delivers fast and effective relief. New Nurofen Express works at the source of pain, fast.
Being a mom is great, but when your child has a fever, you don't know what to do. I trust Nurofen for Children to take care of my child's pain and fever.
Effective relief you can trust.
Introducing the new 5 Alive Pulpy Orange.
Where is the pulp? The pulp. Where is the pulp? Where is the pulp?
Taste the goodness of real orange pulp in every gulp.
Where is the pulp?
The new 5 Alive Pulpy Orange, now in your neighborhood.
Hello?
Welcome to the M6 Challenge. Using your new Gioni M6, carry out everything on that list, starting now. Get to the door. Congratulations, you have passed the test.
Gioni M6 with a 5,000 milliampere battery that lets you go on for 2 days on a single charge.
Gioni M6, always in power.
The Future Assured project and its components Get Involved, initiated by the wife of the President, Her Excellency Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, is not relenting in championing the cause of Nigerian women and children. Its provision of free medical screening, educational support, and the fight against malnutrition, especially in the Northeast, has indeed informed international recognition, partnerships, and awards.
We are very grateful and appreciative for your wonderful gesture you have accorded to us.
With Future Assured, Nigerian women and children are assured of a bright future.
Future is assured when we join hands to promote the health of our women and children. Get involved.
Get involved and support the Future Assured initiative. Future Assured, promoting and protecting the lives of Nigerian women and children. The production, distribution, and sale of counterfeit and fake drugs is a corrupt practice and a crime against humanity. This has informed several measures and strategies to combat fake drugs, including introduction of anti-counterfeiting cutting-edge technologies to detect fake drugs on the spot. These technologies are being deployed to all the states across the Federation, as well as the internally displaced people's camps. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, and his team are committed to this fight.
The federal government of Nigeria, in line with its anti-corruption agenda and posture, will fight a total war against fake drugs and other unwholesome regulated products in order to ensure that Nigerians remain healthy and well.
Lend your support and join NAFDAC to rid the country of fake drugs and unwholesome regulated products. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
Introducing the new 5 Alive Pulpy Orange.
Where is the pulp? The pulp. Where is the pulp?
goodness of real orange pulp in every gulp.
Where's the pulp?
The new 5 Alive Pulping Orange, now in your neighborhood.
Thanks for staying with us. Our new Speaker, Kennedy Njoku, has emerged in the Abia State House of Assembly following the removal of the XY incumbent, Martins Azubike. Correspondent Dennis Temple reports that 20 of the 24 members signed the impeachment notice to effect the new order this Thursday. They accused him of inequitable distribution of resources. Ondo State Governor-elect Rotimi Akeredolu has reiterated commitment to build the state's economy, resuscitate damaged infrastructure, and restore the hope of indigents when he assumes office. He said this at the inauguration of the Strategic Development and Policy Implementation, Transition and Inauguration Ceremony Committees in Akure. Olubukola Aduwo has that report.
The governor-elect, Rotimi Akeredolu SAN, said the 158-man Strategic Development and Policy Implementation Committee is an expert committee broken down into 12 subcommittees for ease of work and achievement of quantifiable results. He said the main responsibility of the committee is to develop sectoral policy and documents which shall be called a blueprint to progress in Ondo State 2017 to 2021, which will serve as guide towards effective service delivery and purposeful tenure.
It will be an administration with an avowed belief that developing Ondo State is a goal worthy of our best efforts.
Members of the committee expressed willingness to work in tandem with the vision of the governor-elect for the state.
What I will encourage the committee to really do is to look at all the issues that exist at the moment and find a lot of solutions, provide platform for solutions to them.
The way people dispose their waste, these are the areas where we will be of help to the government.
Any ideas, any good ideas that I have, I shall surely pass them across.
I have a bundle, a load of experience that can be tapped into.
The members were drawn from the academia, public and private sectors, as well as independent international research and donor agencies. In Akure, Olubukola Aduwo, NTA News.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has confirmed that rice earlier confiscated by the Nigerian Customs Service this month is not plastic rice, but contaminated rice with microorganisms above permissible limits. Arn Jibuno was at the briefing by the Acting Director General of the agency, Yetunde Oni.
Confiscation of the so-called plastic rice by customs few days ago created anxiety among the people, as the rumor of the said rice had already circulated via the social media. This briefing, jointly conducted by NAFDAC and the Nigeria Customs Service, is to clarify the type and quality of rice seized by the Nigeria Customs Service. The product, known as Best Tomato, came in 25-kilogram pack sizes without NAFDAC registration number, batch number, date markings, and details of the manufacturer.
It's not plastic, but the rice is contaminated with microorganisms above permissible limit and therefore unwholesome for human consumption. The consignment shall be destroyed.
The Controller General of Customs, Hamid Ali, represented by a Deputy Controller General, Umar Iya Abubakar, said a tip-off from the Office of the National Security Advisor that large consignment of the so-called plastic rice were said to be shipped from the Far East to Africa, assisted in the seizure.
It is equally one of the major things that prompted this issue of denial of rice coming through the borders.
He also revealed that more than 40,000 bags of rice have been seized so far, and government is currently working to ensure that rice from a warehouse in Benin Republic, which specializes in rebagging expired rice and rice unfit for consumption, do not make their way into the country. Anne Jibuno, NTA News.
In other news, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says the federal government is working with the private sector to make major festivals in the country attractive to domestic and foreign tourists and to leapfrog the events to global festivals. It was on a message at the 2016 edition of the Ijakadi Festival in Ofa. Anthony Forsen reports.
The minister, who was represented by the General Manager NTA Ilori, Raphael Arulogun, expressed satisfaction with the organization, hence his assurances that the federal government will include Ijakadi Festival in its capacity-building Memorandum of Understanding arrangement.
We at the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture will provide the enabling environment for the festival to achieve its full potential.
Kwara State Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed was represented at the occasion by the State Commissioner for Environment.
This administration is committed to providing incentives for investors in the tourism sector and maintaining a peace and secure environment that is essential for tourism to thrive. I want to make a general appeal for all sons and daughters to appreciate this annual event, which is aimed at bringing everybody home for the purpose of socializing with each other.
Ijakadi has come to stay as an avenue for the Ofa people to showcase their rich culture. In Ofa, Anthony Forsen, NTA News.
And from Ofa, we go to Lagos, where Ademola is standing by with more reports on the network news tonight. Hello, Ademola, take it away.
Thank you, Ronke. Good evening and welcome to Lagos. Medical experts have asked Nigerians to give priority attention to their health and avoid self-medication, as early diagnosis of ailment is key to treatment and cure. They also advocate healthy lifestyle in addition to regular exercise. Ime Udori puts this report together.
It has been observed that many Nigerians do not pay proper attention to their health, which has resulted in the increasing number of avoidable deaths. While attention is often focused on infectious diseases, the same cannot be said of non-communicable diseases, which experts refer to as silent killers. They include hypertension, diabetes, stroke, and kidney diseases. These diseases, according to experts, do not manifest with known symptoms until it hurts enough to kill. Medical experts believe that early intervention raises hope for cure.
You may have something that can be nipped in the bud, and if you delay, when things now get so bad, treating will be more challenging, be more expensive, and of course complications can greatly reduce the quality of life.
Try to seek a proper medical practitioner to have a look at you, to examine you, to do some tests, and carry out treatments.
Among the interventions by the federal government to improve the health status of Nigerians is the National Health Insurance Scheme. But how effective has it been?
This makes it easy for health accessibility. Where patients pay only 10% of the rare drugs or treatments you've used.
We always tell people to prevent self-medication. Even when you fall ill, you don't just go and take paracetamol because you have a headache and take that thing you're calling headache, or you know, maybe something else.
Healthy lifestyle and regular exercise as ways of keeping non-communicable diseases away have been recommended.
Lagos State is being repositioned to achieve milestone development in the year 2017. This is part of the projection by the state government towards moving the economy from its current position of 5th to the 3rd largest in Africa. The state governor, Akinwumi Ambode, announced this at an event in Lagos. Nosa Osula reports.
According to the governor, the state government would focus more on education, especially vocational training, scaling up of its health facilities, including renewal and building of world-class infrastructure in the coming year to achieve the objective.
Over the next 5 years, Lagos will require over $50 billion to fix the infrastructural deficit, and this will require innovative solutions in areas of revenue enhancement and public-private partnership.
Ambode also said that Lagos is currently home to 65% of Nigeria's businesses, with a presence of over 2,000 manufacturing companies, 200 financial institutions, and the largest collection of small and medium enterprises in Africa.
Our vision has remained the same, to
to deliver a Lagos that is safe, clean, and prosperous. A Lagos that works for all of us, no matter your race, religion, or gender.
The governor added that with an estimated population of 24 million people, with over 15.2 million within the ages of 15 to 64 years, which positions the state as having the largest share of working population in sub-Saharan Africa. In Lagos, Musa Usula, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News coming to you from Lagos Network Center. We now take a break for some messages, after which the news continues from Abuja. Stay with us.
A famous boxer once said, "The fight is won long before you step into the ring." It takes massive investment, dedication, planning, and during fierce competition, never backing down. In 2005, Glow invested in the world's only privately owned undersea data cable, then connected this to its extensive fiber optic network throughout Nigeria, which seamlessly delivers flexible and affordable data plans for everyone, making Glow Nigeria's largest data network in new subscriptions. You see, it's not what you step into the ring with that makes you the master. It's everything you did to get you there. Now enjoy 3G and 4G data plans at the same price. Dial *777#. The largest data network, Glow, Grandmasters of Data.
Introducing the new 5 Alive Poppy Orange.
Where is the pulp? The pulp. Where is the pulp? Where is the pulp?
Taste the goodness of real orange pulp in every gulp.
Where is the pulp?
The new 5 Alive Poppy Orange, now in your neighborhood.
This must be one of Mother Nature's greatest gifts. But there's something else it gives us. When we see such beauty, we want to share it with those we love. That's what LG wants you to see. Just what we see now, through our technology. LG OLED TV.
Introducing the new 5 Alive Poppy Orange.
Where is the pulp? The pulp. Where is the pulp? Where is the pulp?
Taste the goodness of real orange pulp in every gulp.
Where is the pulp?
The new 5 Alive Poppy Orange, now in your neighborhood.
Hello? Welcome to the M6 Challenge. Using your new Gioni M6, carry out everything on that list, starting now. Get to the door. Congratulations, you have passed the test.
Gioni M6 with a 5,000 milliamp battery that lets you go on for 2 days on a single charge. Gioni M6, always in power.
Last drop bottle of Sprite. And there it is. And that sudden burst of intense refreshment that just keeps coming. Good job, Sprite.
Introducing the new 5 Alive Poppy Orange.
Where is the pulp? The pulp. Where is the pulp? Where is the pulp?
Taste the goodness of real orange pulp in every gulp.
Where is the pulp?
The new 5 Alive Poppy Orange, now in your neighborhood.
Thanks for joining us again on the Network News. Nigerian Stock Exchange sustains bullish sentiment, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia announces plans to hike fuel prices in 2017. Details of this with Vivian Idekbefo on the Business News segment.
A warm welcome to the Business News segment and compliments of the season. With less than 72 hours to the year 2017, Nigerians are asking the federal government to hasten the implementation of the social net packages to cushion the effects of the current economic reality. Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji, who went to town on preparation for the New Year celebration, reports that there is a slight variation in the prices of some staples such as gari, tomato, rice, among others.
Everything don't increase, except tomato. We were selling 5,000 last year, 5,000, 3,000, but now we're selling 500 a basket. Last year we were selling a basket of onions, 2,000, 1,518, but this year we were selling 800.
And with the January 1st, 2017 takeoff date for the about 1.8 million barrels production cut agreed by OPEC and non-OPEC producers, Secretary General of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, Mohamed Barkindo, says compliance to the agreement is critical to achieving reduction in global glut and stabilization of oil prices. Meanwhile, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, one of the largest oil-producing countries in the world, has revealed plans to hike fuel prices, cut salaries, and sell some national assets in 2017 and beyond. Despite recovering oil prices, Saudi had to resort to borrowing to fund budget deficit for the first time ever. Oil prices have remained stable, hitting the $54 per barrel mark. And back home, market sentiments remained bullish on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, with the all-share index closing positive with a 0.35% gain. And that's business news at this time. Compliments of the season once again.
Thank you, Vivian. We now go to Sokoto for happenings. There is Asmao gives us. Asmao, it's over to you.
Hello, Ronke, and welcome to Sokoto. The National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control says it has made 8 convictions and 52 prosecutions from February 2016 to date. Acting Director General of the agency, Mrs. Yetunde Oluremi Oni, dropped the hint at the flag-off of a 2-day education and awareness campaign on drug abuse and misuse held in Sokoto. Shehu Muhammad Detti completes the story.
Are made up of effective substances or chemicals known as active ingredients, which can be poisons themselves and can put the patient's health at risk, depending on the manner and intent with which they are taken. Acting Director General, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Mrs. Yetunde Oloremi only said the awareness campaign is the first in the series of zonal campaigns to secure the commitment of stakeholders for continued awareness on problems of drug abuse.
We're field operators, and so we need to continue to go to the nooks and crannies of the country to meet with people to deliver on our mandate.
Governor Amin Waziri Tambo, represented by Secretary to the State Government, Professor Bashir Garba, called for attitudinal change, especially among youths, with a view to checkmating the ills associated with drug abuse.
We in Sokoto State will do everything possible to support this initiative.
Representative Sultan and District Head of Hama Ali, Muhammad Bello Abubakar, gave the Sultan Council's commitment in fighting drug abuse in the society. Meanwhile, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has destroyed various categories of fake, counterfeit medicines and unwholesome regulated products worth over 100 million naira from Sokoto and Zamfara states. In Sokoto, Shehu Muhammad Detti, NTA News.
Governor Aminu Waziri Tambol has called on farmers in the state to make judicious use of farm inputs and implements provided them by state government at subsidized rate. He was speaking shortly after inspecting the ongoing distribution of farm inputs and implements to benefiting farmers at Kasarawa Stores, Sokoto. Shehu Muhammad Detti again reports.
The farm inputs being distributed to farmers include fertilizers, wheat seedlings, and water pumping machines. Governor Amin Waziri Tambuwal said the aim is to assist farmers and by extension boost wheat production. He commended the State Committee for immediate framework on the revitalization of agriculture for being steadfast in actualizing the objectives of boosting agriculture.
We would not expect any farmer to go and sell his bags of fertilizer to a third party for a small benefit.
Chairman State Committee for Immediate Framework on Revitalization of Agriculture, Chiso Abdullahi Chijo, explained extensively on the arrangements made to distribute the procured palm inputs and implements. He says so far, many farmers have gotten their fertilizers and implements, saying all the benefiting farmers will get theirs. In another development, when Amin Waziri Tambal had expressed state government's commitment to partner with a private fertilizer company under construction at Gumbara village within Usman Onfo University's Sokoto community. The fertilizer company is expected to use phosphate, which is in abundance in Sokoto, for production. In Sokoto, Show Mohammed Detti, NTA News.
And that's it from Sokoto. Is back to Ronke in Abuja for more news. Good evening.
Thank you, Asmao. Hazy weather conditions in Aba, the commercial center of Abia State, is compromising smooth flow of traffic there over the roads under construction. As residents complain, Governor Okeze Pazu has visited. Eugenia Undubisi completes the story.
For years, Aba Atebuland has faced numerous challenges ranging from poor road network to inadequate drainage system to control flood, which no doubt has adversely affected socio-economic activities associated with the commercial city. Last year, construction of drainage system and roads commenced in full force in parts of the city, especially at flood-prone areas. While some of the projects were completed and commissioned, others receiving attention allegedly seem to have been abandoned. The project now poses a death trap to the public.
Just 2 days ago, a child fell here. When it rains, immediately now, within few seconds now, that everywhere now will be covered. You will not understand this is gutter, this is a cause. Somebody can, a drunken person can be driving for the person will plunge into the person will die. So the government should do something to ensure that those drainages are fixed.
A case in point is that of Obo Hill area by NTA Adva office. Currently, about 8 different cases of such have been recorded in the area, thus begging the question for completion. In his message of hope, Governor Okeze Bazo assured completion before end of the year.
The drainage project is ongoing. We have had to now recalibrate. We have want to see if we can add one more contractor on that road, on Abuja Road, to make sure that is completed within the shortest possible time.
The governor further assured Abians that the groundbreaking for the Osisioma interchange will soon begin. In Aba, Comfort Ayim, NTA News.
And back in Abuja, the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA, says it remains committed to combating corruption and bad governance in Africa through content programs that will deepen democracy in the continent. Director General of the authority, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, stated this when he received Save Democracy Group in Abuja, as reported by Aliyu Tukur.
Save Democracy Group Africa is a non-governmental organization aimed at improving governance and promoting democracy in the continent. The visit to the NTA is to congratulate the Director General of the authority for his style of leadership and to partner the NTA on the upcoming annual National Political Summit. The summit is a platform where political leaders will discuss challenges of democracy.
Because democracy is a process, it's not an event. So it's a human event, and there are always going to be problems as we go on. So what can we do to solve those problems so that we take maximum advantage of democracy?
Director General of the NTA says, since the continent is losing more through bad governance, there is need for greater transparency in governance and in doing business.
We may be partially commercialized, but that fact does not blind us to our social responsibility. Where democracy thrives, we are all the beneficiaries. If it doesn't thrive, we will all pay the price.
The annual National Political Summit is slated for January 2017. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo expected to chair the occasion. In Abuja, Aliu Tukur, NTA News.
We'll now take another break for more messages Do stay with me.
I would like to see your face again.
Yes. This one is my first daughter. This is my second daughter. That's the one after that one. That's my granddaughter there. Oh, she's a handful. she is a handful. What's the matter?
I have never seen my grandchildren.
What's your son's name? John Uka. John Uka. Is that your son? Yes. Yes.
I would like to see your face again. Yeah. Hey, Papa.
Is that you?
I see your face.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back from that commercial break. Heavy torrential rains hit Democratic Republic of Congo, leaving at least 50 people dead. We now join Gabriel Odu on this and other news on Global Tidbits.
The Kalmu River burst its banks through the city of Boma, causing severe flooding in the southwest of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Reports say at least 50 people have died and bodies of some of the victims have been found near neighboring Angola. Away from Africa now, determined to wipe out corruption and drugs in the Philippines, President says corrupt officials and drug barons risks being thrown out from helicopters, insisting he has done it before. President is waging war on corruption and drugs, which have ravaged the country. But opposition politicians have called for his impeachment on the grounds of abuse of human rights. A report from Turkey indicates that a peace deal could be reached on the Syrian conflict before New Year, as peace talks get underway. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin has also announced that government has agreed to dialogue with rebels. That's Global Tidbits. Gabriel Udu, NTA News.
Thank you, Gabriel. And talking sports now, Nigeria Olympic Committee seeks to boost the nation's sporting glory from 2017 as Carlos Tevez becomes the highest paid footballer in the world. Kenema Agbodike brings us details on Sports Update.
Pragmatic approach towards ensuring that Nigeria's sporting glory is improved onward from the year 2017 was the thrust of the 2016 Annual General Meeting of Nigeria Olympic Committee Thursday in Abuja, with an array of continental and global competitions lined up from the incoming year up to the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Participants say concerted efforts must be made at producing better results.
I want to see this opportunity to appeal
to corporate organizations to come out in full force to support the Nigerian athlete, to give us all the support they can, because government cannot do it alone.
Each federation should have our own roadmap, what they intend to do in the next 4 years and how they want to get to, where they want to get to. And the authority that need to support the various federations should do that at the right time.
Argentina's Carlos Tevez has become the highest paid footballer in the world after Chinese Super League club Shanghai Greyland Shenhua Thursday agreed a deal worth 70 million euro for the 32-year-old striker, including a salary of 615,000 euro a week. Meanwhile, former world number 1 and 2008